go into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
I am a traveler of both time and space to be where I have been. Oh, my goodness. And a happy birthday to you. Robert Plant, 76 years of age. His lyrics will live forever and ever. He, along with, of course, Jimmy Page, both wrote songs for Led Zeppelin. John Bonham's been gone for, 40 years. John Paul Jones, one of the great bassists. Imagine what we could have gotten out of Led Zeppelin if they put together a Rolling Stones type of career, a Bruce Springsteen type of career. They just said that's it, and they lost their drummer, and they refused to go on. There were rumblings anyway, if you read any of their books. Hammer of the Gods is real good. That the ego was starting to get a little bit out of control with Plant and Page, but, they never came back and did anything. Outside of Live Aid, which was a disaster. Phil Collins played drums, and they blamed him for sucking. And then they came back and did a couple of other things, but they just kind of let it go. We will definitely not let it go. You're going to get a lot of Led Zeppelin over the next couple of hours. Happy birthday to you, Robert Plant. Okay, the Jaguars, this is really it. Tomorrow we get like an hour and some change. Very lengthy practice today. Begin at 12:50 indoors at the Miller Electric Center. Then they brought them outside late for some teamwork. And, it was interesting watching them. It took a while to get things going. I was kind of like, it felt a little sleepy early on as they were kind of just going through the motions and stretching and doing some individual drills, not at full speed. Then they got amped up. And you got to credit the coaching staff, got to credit the leadership for that. Once they began to get rolling, I thought it ended up being a pretty good day for them as well. Trevor Lawrence was incredibly accurate today. A very good day for Jacksonville's quarterback. He's favoring Brian Thomas Jr. more and more and more and more. Christian Kirk not practicing. Christian Kirk not going to play on Friday night against Atlanta. We are aware of that. Yesterday, Doug Peterson referred to it as a mild calf situation. All right. Thomas had one drop today. It was almost like he took his head off it. It was almost like a center fielder, looking to make a throw to third base or something. It's one that he's going to make 99 out of 100 times. And that was a little bit disappointing on a bomb where I don't know if I would say it was underthrown, but nonetheless, he didn't haul it in. Outside of that, the marked improvement is very noticeable. If you just watch the routes that he runs, how comfortable he looks out there, him and Trevor appear to be on the same page. It doesn't look like a rookie on the receiving end of the passes from Trevor Lawrence. I think his confidence is growing day by day, and that speed is ridiculous. It has to be considered when you evaluate the Jaguars, and there's so much science that's put into it, right? And the evaluation that goes on as far as measurements and testing. I've always looked at it as game speed. And Brian Thomas Jr. ran by everyone during 2 days against Tampa Bay. And I think we're going to see that. That's going to be a big part of his arsenal. And I'd kind of like to redo it. A few weeks ago, I said I think he would be fifth on the team in receptions. Right? Kirk 1, Ingram 2. I had ETN at 3. I had Gabe at 4. And I had the rookie at 5. Right now, that does not look like a good pick. It does. It looks like a very bad pick. But I'm not afraid to admit things when I'm wrong. So I want to throw it on out there. So if Brian Thomas Jr. starts lighting things up, you can say, hey, Ballou, remember back in August when you said he was going to be 5th on the team as far as receptions? Hey, there you go.
Where would you move him? Or who would you move out, more importantly?
4.
Okay.
But I think there's some out there that would possibly try to make an argument and say 3.
After Ingram and, of course, Kirk.
And I don't want to listen. I'm doing this without bringing out the obvious. All right, and the obvious is you can't go. Well, Kirk's already been sidelined, and Davis is coming off of an injury. Look at Tyreek Hill today. Announced in Miami that he's got a protective brace in his right hand. Just think about how that would change things on opening day for the Jaguars. If you go south, you take on the Miami Dolphins and Tyreek Hill cannot play. I mean, their entire dimension of their offense turns. And Jalen Waddle's been dealing with an injury out there as well. So you go throughout camp, I mean, all 32 teams are dealing with this right now. If you were to say Brian Thomas was going to be the leading receiver or the number 2 receiver, in my opinion, without really knowing anything as far as what is going to happen week after week after week, I wouldn't think that would be a great idea, considering Evan Ingram caught 114 balls a year ago. 2 years ago, when Christian Kirk and Evan Ingram both played a 17-game regular season, Kirk led the club in receptions. I want to say it was around 80. I don't have the numbers right here in front of me. And they are experienced veterans. So, and Trevor's worked with them. You've got to look at those two first. And, we saw the receptions almost double in a year for Travis Etienne. That's a big-time weapon. I wouldn't play Travis Etienne tomorrow night. Today, Ryan Nielsen was non-committal on Eric Armstead. I know Hayes Carline caught up with him after practice today. Yesterday, Doug Peterson wouldn't tell us. Today, Ryan Nielsen, I love the cat and mouse game that Nielsen kind of plays. Hey, have you peeked at Miami yet? Have you looked at the Dolphins yet? He's like, we may have not. I mean, it's great. It's brilliant. You don't have to, instead of giving us the canned answer, instead of giving us, we have Atlanta coming up on Friday. Let's have a little bit of fun with it. I mean, you would think that most teams would begin to peek ahead, at least somewhat, even though you have that extra week. Of course, the 2 weeks off. They play Friday night. Jacksonville will actually get a 2-week and 2-day break before the regular season does begin. But I find it interesting. I wouldn't play Travis Etienne on Friday night for a number of reasons. And the most important one for me, I want to see Tank Bigsby run with the first-team offense. Okay, the numbers we gave you yesterday were absolutely frightening. I think it was Daniel Griffiths is his name. Let me see if I can find it for you. I write things down for this very reason. 62 of the 65 yards that Tank Bigsby has had so far rushing in 2 games have come after contact. Okay? 13 carries, 65 yards. He's averaging 5 yards a carry. 4.77 of those 5 yards come after contact. And most of what Tank has done has been with, second teamers, third teamers. I want to see what he can do with the starters. To me, that is a big part of this. Travis Etienne, I had someone, I think it was yesterday, was like, well, do you think Tank Bigsby has now outplayed Travis Etienne? And the answer to that question is no. No. Travis Etienne is still a huge part of this offense. He's one of 2 guys who's gone more than 1,400 yards in the line of scrimmage in the last couple of seasons. He was overused. You cannot disguise the fact that his carries per went from 5.1 to 3.8. That is absolutely terrible. And it's not on him. It's on that offensive line. We talk about it all the time. He led the league in missed tackles. He led the league in yards after contact. The Jaguars also led the league in getting stuffed at the line of scrimmage or before the line of scrimmage. Those are awful numbers, pathetic numbers. And it hasn't worked for ETN so far. He was bottled up, that opening game against Kansas City. I want to say 4 carries, 3 yards for Travis Etienne. Did catch a touchdown. Very good football player. But I think that Tank, there was one. Tanks hasn't been perfect on that phenomenal block by Anton Harrison on Saturday night, where he took out one guy and then basically took out another. Not sensational vision by Tank Bigsby, and that was a little disappointing because that's one of the many things that I've talked about that I have been impressed with is, you think of Tank and you think of give it to Tank, it's 3rd and 1, and he's gonna find a way to pick up that yard for you. But his hands have improved. He's got a tiny bit of wiggle. He's more of a one-cut back, and that first cut is really good. But I've been under the impression that he's got some great vision. You can't make a determination on a guy based on one play, right? It's not like Leonard Fournette. What did Prisco say about Leonard Fournette? Fournette will give you 4 yards and a 4-yard carry. Fournette will also give you 4 yards on what should have been a 40-yard carry. Leonard Fournette had 0 vision, right? He just didn't. And I would think that Tank Bigsby, Fred Taylor had phenomenal. Remember, everyone's like, oh, look at Todd Gurley. He's so patient. Watch Todd Gurley. Le'Veon Bell, man. This guy just sits back. He drinks a couple ounces of Powerade. Then I guess it's time for me to run. He allows the block. He allows his offensive line to finish his blocks. It's like Le'Veon Bell and Todd Gurley, No, it's like go back and watch Fred Taylor. How great was Fred Taylor when he could allow that sensational offensive line to do their job, right? And there's such an emphasis on hitting the hole as fast as you can. And I think in the case of this offensive line, that may still be your best way to go about it because they're not finishing off their blocks. I don't know if it's the scheme or if it's the personnel. Who was it? It's on the tip of my tongue right now. I can't think of. Bernie Parmalee. Bernie Parmalee, the running backs coach in 2021 and 2022 and 2023. Bernie Parmalee, in his description of Travis Etienne from his second year to his 3rd year, was really intriguing, and certainly we remember the fact that Etienne wasn't able to give it a go as a rookie because of his injury. But Bernie Parmalee talked about how Travis Etienne, his whole focus was hitting the hole, right? Where Parmalee and the coaching staff was working with Travis Etienne to run through the hole, okay? There's a difference. Run to the hole, run through the hole. Problem right now in this city, there's no such thing as a hole with that offensive line. Okay, what you got to do is you got to run into the back of either Morse, Sheriff, or Ezra, and then hope that you can either bounce it outside and find some daylight, or, I don't know, just take your medicine. But, hey, that's what I'd like to see on Friday night. Give me a whole bunch of Tank and just put the bubble wrap on Travis Etienne. Cam Little made a 63-yarder today. That was cool to watch. And plenty of distance on it. It was indoors at the Miller Electric Center. But, overall, I thought it was a pretty good day for the Jags. Today, to me, felt like we've been here, we've done it, we're ready. And tomorrow we're going to be out there again. It's our last opportunity. They travel on Thursday. They play on Friday. Then, of course, they have 16 days to get ready for the opener against the Miami Dolphins. But I think that would be the way that I would describe today's practice, in my opinion, is that they've put in the work, right? The offense and the defense, schematically, it has been set, and they're ready now to get into regular season mode. Unfortunately, this is Tuesday. You got 3 more. You got 19 more days until you actually play an NFL game. And in the meantime, the most important thing for this football team is to get healthy, right? Particularly Christian Kirk. And, outside of that, I think they're relatively healthy. Darnell Savage is back. Eric Armstead is back. Those are promising things right now for this football team. All right. I want to get to this coming up here. I guess I'll do it on the other side. I've changed it throughout camp, and I know everyone has a 53. I think this year it's been very difficult for me to come up with a 53. There have been times where I've wanted 3 quarterbacks. Now, obviously, I've settled on 2. There's been times where I've said 4 running backs. Now let's make that 3. There's been times where I've said 6 wide receivers. Nope, let's go to 7, like they did last year when they reduced their roster to 53. There's been times where I've said 3 tight ends as opposed to 4. There's been times where I've said 10 offensive linemen as opposed to 9. Okay, I mean, so just look at that. Every single position group, I've gone back and forth from late July up until right now. I'm going to announce that coming up here in just a little bit. We're going to do that this hour for you, as well defensively. And I think the most difficult cuts are coming on the defensive side of the football field, particularly the interior defensive line. But I think you're going to say goodbye to a good linebacker. I think you're going to say goodbye to at least one good safety and possibly a corner, depending on what your overall evaluation is. So Trent Baalke's done a really nice job assembling talent on this football team. This is the most talent that he has had. He's missed on the edge. There's no depth right now on the edge. I didn't think Travis Gibson had a great game on Saturday night. I think, you're wanting great things to happen out of some of these backups who have done nothing in the NFL. That's the same mistake that he's made in consecutive years. That's not good. Okay? But we'll see how it plays out. And then obviously the offensive line. I mean, I complain about it every freaking night, right? I mean, I don't need to go through that. He walked it back. And right now, I mean, that is more than a concern. Okay? That is a freaking issue with your interior offensive line. Really, really soft. And you just hope they prove people like me wrong. You hope that Mitch Morris shows up and says, I'm a pro. And Brandon Sheriff, gets this sprinkling of some youth for one more year. And that Ezra Cleveland, who's got the smallest calves I've ever seen. How is he a guard? He's got toothpicks for legs. It's amazing to me. And you're talking about moving guys off the line of scrimmage. So, I complain about that all the time. I hate to complain about it. I love the offensive line. Those of you who've been listening to me forever, I love the Wall of Duval. Out of any position group on this football team, I wish they had a tough offensive line. Not the case. When we come back, let's look at my 53. I have put it through, I took it to the lab. I really did. I took it to my bar last night. Poured myself 3 fingers worth. Tullamore Dew. Was there anything on TV last night? Did I miss anything over there, JJ? Do you know?
I heard there was maybe a convention, but I did not see anything to come out of it, so I don't know if you missed much.
Okay, just wanted to check in with you because when it comes to pop, when it comes to culture,
and politics,
I go to JJ LaSelva. We'll hear from JJ on the other side. I will tell you that opening comments tonight and every night brought to you by Shmunez Vision. All right, Dr. Neil Shmunez, 37 years worth of experience right here in Jacksonville. He is the master when it comes to your eyes. Cannot believe some of you out there still kind of push this to the wayside. Oh, I'll get to it. Oh, the eyes, yeah, but I'm okay. No, make an appointment today. Shmunez Vision, regardless of what your situation is, you're going to get the very best right here in Jacksonville. His daughter, Dr. Catherine Shmunez, fellowship-trained cornea, cataract surgery, all refractive surgery combined. That's more than 30 years worth of experience when it comes to laser eye surgery. Check them out online. Go to Shmunez Vision or go to Instagram. You can get testimonials there as well at Shmunez Vision. Fired up for a Tuesday night in Duval. We got a ton to do. As always, the best way for you to be a part of the show is our text line. The number 641-1010, and it's brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures.
1010XL takes you behind the microphone.
At one time, it was great what we had.
Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser.
The kidding around.
The Drill.
You are a madman.
Mornings on 1010XL.
Jennifer Luxury has a new address in Jacksonville.
Oh, do tell, John.
Randy Marion Cadillac on Southside Boulevard. We've got over 40 Cadillac Lyrics in stock.
40? That's incredible. Any color you want?
You bet. Pick your color and drive away today. Plus, we're giving away a free home charger with every Lyric.
Fantastic. Anything else?
How about a car you'll never have to change the oil on?
No oil changes ever? Now that's luxury.
Randy Marion Cadillac, where Jacksonville meets luxury.
Visit us today on Southside Boulevard and tell them Jennifer sent ya.
Don't ignore plumbing leaks. They can lead to mold and mildew or structural damage and drain your wallet. So when you have a leak and can't wait a week, call Roland Reich Plumbing. PlumbingJacksonville.com.
This is the sound of real people across Florida betting on sports. It's the sound of winning your bet, only on Hard Rock Bet. And if your first bet doesn't win, you get up to $100 back to try again. Hard Rock Bet is Florida's only legal sportsbook. Your home for betting hoops for any sport you choose. Download Hard Rock Bet now and get 2 shots at your first bet. Win, or you'll get up to $100 back as a bonus bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Hey guys, this is David Garrard, and I want to tell you about Clearwater Irrigation. They put my new sprinkler system in at my new home at Jack's Beach, and I couldn't be happier. Oh, hey, John.
What's up, Dave? You know what this means. You're going to have to sing.
Man, I can't sing.
Then you'll fit right in, buddy. Clearwater Irrigation. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at sprinklers. Hit it, Dave.
And drainage, too.
ClearwaterJacks.com.
Daytona always brings the drama.
Everything's on the line. The risk will be higher.
3 wide.
Look how insane this is.
Gunning to keep playoff hopes alive. It's now or never.
It's the most stressful night of racing that you'll ever go through.
For an unforgettable weekend of family fun, high wattage star power, and a front row seat full of fireworks. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 23rd and 24th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Tony Baselli gets up early Monday morning to share a big football breakfast with you.
Some French toast and sausage patties.
Hall of Fame Monday, 7:20 with Dan and Jeff on the Drill. Brought to you by Heritage Roofing of North Florida on 1010XL.
At Hidden Hills Golf Club, we truly love the game of golf. We invite you to book your next tee time here and enjoy a golfing experience that you might not find at other public facilities. Visit us at hiddenhillsgc.com. You'll be glad you did.
Duval. Jaguars football is officially back. Be there for the Jaguars 2024 home opener when they go head-to-head with the Cleveland Browns. Join us as we celebrate Hispanic heritage and take the field at Everbank Stadium for the first time during our 30th season. Lock in your seats now for the 1 p.m. kick by going to jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We can't wait to see you back at the bank.
Injured in an accident? Have mounting medical bills? Can't work? Don't worry. Zach's got your back. I'm Zach Von Rowan of Von Rowan Law. I will fight for the compensation that you deserve. Set up your free consultation at zachsgotyourback.com.
There's certain places you know if you go in, they got what you're looking for, like Gate Convenience Stores and Cold Modelo's. That's the ticket. Or get on the craft side of things with something from Bold City or Sweetwater. Hit the cooler at Gate, full of choices and all of them good.
Hacker here with a new opportunity for you. The 20-pound summer slim down with Awaken 180 weight loss. Dropping 20 pounds before summer ends, cruising to your goal of 30, 40, 50-plus pounds down. It's simple. You take the last few weeks of summer, eating, drinking, enjoying the weather, but the difference? You're doing it with the 20-pound summer slim down. But you say, Hack, summer's almost over. Well, that's the point. The pounds melt off fast with Awaken 180. I dropped my first 20 in less time, and that easy 20 propelled me to reach my goal of losing over 85 pounds. Think about it. You're about to slide back into the same old fall routine with the same old mindset. Mix it up. Live up the rest of your summer while dropping the first 20. Then jump into fall with a whole new groove. Yeah, I said it, and you'll be saying it too in just a few weeks. 20-pound summer slim down with the solution for weight loss. Online, awaken180weightloss.com.
Hurricane season on the First Coast can leave you in the dark, so why not get a head start on storm season with a home generator system from American Electrical? They've sold and installed more generators in Jacksonville than any other company around, with scores of whole home generator installations throughout North Florida. That's right, American Electrical has been installing and repairing thousands of generators for over a decade in Duval. Keep your loved ones and property protected. Log on to american-electrical.com and see how they can help you.
Hey there, sports fans. This is Niall Lawrence Stample, former Seminole football player and proud owner of NLS Cleaning. Looking to get your business or home shining like a champion? Look no further. NLS Cleaning is your local go-to pressure washing and window cleaning servicer. Whether it's commercial or residential, we are fine-tuned like a team gearing up to win it all. So for a sparkling finish and a team that's truly committed to your satisfaction, check out our website at nlscleaning.net. NLS Cleaning, where every cleaning gets your business or home game ready for any occasion.
Clean air, cool air, both are extremely important. Trust Florida Home AC to deliver on both with their REME Halo, the next generation of air quality technology. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC and breathe clean and cool air.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Happy birthday, Robert Plant, 76 years young. Simply incredible. Led Zeppelin. You know one thing as well, JJ? Led Zeppelin 1. I mean, every song on that album is a classic. They exploded. I mean, I'm a big Pink Floyd fan. You go back to the early stuff with like Syd Barrett or, you know, The Who or
You've
the
never
Rolling
heard
Stones.
of it before.
My favorite band is U2. I mean, U2 Boy and U2 October. You know, a couple of songs, but this had Good Times, Bad Times. Baby, I'm Gonna Leave You. You Shook Me. Dazed and Confused. They put... I want to say that song is about 7 or 8 minutes long, Dazed and Confused, and put that right out there. Your time is going to come. Black Mountainside, Communication Breakdown, I Can't Quit You, Babe, and how many more times? I mean, has to be one of the greatest debut albums of all time.
Has to be. I would say their first, 4 in a row, at least. 4 is my favorite.
3 was a little... 3 tailed off a tiny bit.
Not my favorite.
1, 2, and 4 are monsters.
Bangers.
And I love Houses of the Holy.
4 has Black Dog and When the Levee Breaks, and there's only 4 or 5 songs on the whole album, but it's a classic, man. One of my favorite bands ever. I know that's not a hot take, but absolutely phenomenal music. And I don't care that they ripped off blues guys from the 20s. I don't care.
Yeah, a lot of people thought that they totally plagiarized.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is
absolutely.
That is part of it. Whether you agree or disagree, you can Google that.
And I've heard some of the music that allegedly was plagiarized from, and I'm like, yeah, I like Zeppelin's a lot better. I'm good at that.
We have Jaguars to do, but rock and roll. Give me the best debut album of all time. I tell you another one which was just incredible. Was Boston's first album. Every song off of Boston's first album was played on the radio.
And that's self-titled, right?
Right. Their self-titled
it's
LP.
Like Foreplay, Long Time, Smoking, More Than a Feeling.
Just goes on and on and on.
My generation, Sublime by Sublime, their first self-titled album is just phenomenal. That's not...
Hitch a Ride is my favorite Boston song. Yeah, okay, Sublime.
It's a different kind of rock music, but to me, that's mine.
And I'm not talking about bands who... I mean, every band gets better. You know, it's like the Jaguars' offense and their offensive line. It's going to get better. Everyone evolves. Everyone gets better. But you don't typically come out with a mega... Guns N' Roses' first album was, if I remember correctly, got some phenomenal reviews. What was that, in 86, 87? Something like that, 88 when they came out. Anyway, so let's throw that out there tonight to you folks, non-Jaguar related. 641-1010 on the text line. Brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. Give us the best, in your opinion, first album by a band.
Oh, I'm looking at some good ones that I forgot. Wu-Tang. Enter the 36 Chambers. I know that's a completely different type of music. But, yeah, Guns N' Roses was Appetite for Destruction, 1987. The Clash.
Okay. When was the Clash's first? Like 70?
The Clash was just the Clash, and it was 1979.
Wow. Okay. Was that when they're all in the tank?
Let me look real fast. You're talking about the album cover?
Yeah.
No, it's like a green background. They're all just kind of standing in in like an alleyway. The Band?
Yeah.
Oh, that's one. Oh, The Strokes. Is this it? That's a great one. The Beatles, Please Please Me.
Oh yeah.
Pretenders.
I Want to Hold Your Hand with the Beatles. Meet the Beatles.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sex Pistols, Nevermind the Bollocks. Here's the Sex Pistols. That's a great one. Of course, Zeppelin's on here. Kanye West. Taylor Swift, of course, by Taylor Swift, 2006. Who can forget that?
Yeah, we're not...
Let's stick with more rock music.
Yeah, we're not trying to get ourselves to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame where you can put anyone else. I'm basically going with rock only here, if we can. Well, I didn't know the Band got that much love.
Yeah, they're like way up on this list.
Canadian brood, Robbie Robertson and company.
Rush.
Out of Toronto. See, Rush I thought would have taken forever, man. They actually came out in 1969. Neil Peart wasn't even their drummer. Their first hit, Working Man, he's not even the drummer on that. All right. Tonight's show brought to you by Thermal Engineers. They're hiring. If you're looking for a positive change in your career, how does top pay, 401k, full benefits, and a signing bonus sound? Okay? Qualified technicians and installers. Go to Thermal Engineers, Inc., or call them at 230-1172. It's an equal opportunity employer. Thermal Engineers, Inc., call 230-1172 or visit them online. Again, if you're a qualified technician and installer. Top pay, 401k, full benefits, and a signing bonus. Sounds pretty incredible, huh? Family, atmosphere, and a positive change. They've been serving North Florida for more than 20 years. Visit Thermal Engineers, Inc. Okay, let's get to my 53. I've been hanging on to this, and I've been making changes throughout. I think it's a difficult roster this year when it's all said and done. But this is my feeling going into the game against Atlanta. Of course, next week at this time, we will know. 53 players, 16 on the practice squad. 6 of the 10 on the practice squad can be veterans. The other 10, you're talking about rookies or second-year players. I'm going to keep 2 quarterbacks now. It's Trevor and Mac. I think CJ, they'll try to bring him back and put him on the practice squad. But there you go. Give me the two quarterbacks. The running back situation, I've gone back and forth and back and forth. All right, ETN, Tank, and Dearness Johnson, given. I'm going to say Jalen Jackson makes this team as the fourth running back. Now, I get a really good hunch that percentage-wise, that would be way down, in that most would disagree with this. But I'm going to say Jalen Jackson makes it, the undrafted free agent out of Villanova. I'm putting on injured reserve Keelan Robinson. The injured reserve rules, you can place how many guys you want tomorrow on injured reserve or next Tuesday. The guys that you place on it tomorrow, however, you're only allowed to bring 2 back. All right, you can bring 8 back total, but that would be guys that you place on the injured reserve after your 53-man roster is set. If you were worried about that, Keelan Robinson would be on here as either your 4th back or perhaps a 5th back if you kept Jalen Jackson. But using this rule and watching what Parker Washington has done, Devin Duvernay returning kicks and punts in practice, and Tank Bigsby's a guy that they believe can return kicks. Even Christian Braswell has done that. I just don't think Keelan Robinson is all that important. And he may be, he's a guy that you could possibly bring back later on this season. So that is where I'm going to go with running backs. Up until the game on Saturday, I had this team taking 7 wide receivers and 3 tight ends. After the game on Saturday, I have this football team taking 6 wide receivers and 4 tight ends. Christian Kirk, Gabe Davis, Brian Thomas Jr., Parker Washington, Devin Duvernay, and accept it. It's Tim Jones. He's your 6th wide receiver. He's a special teams guy. And not only is he your 6th wide receiver, he is a healthy player on Sunday that's going to be out there on your kick, your kickoff team, your kick coverage team, as well as your, whenever used as a gunner on punts. I mean, this is what you're going to have with Tim Jones. He is a 4-core special teams player, and he's going to make the team. So I know there's been a ton in here about Joshua Cephas. Nope. I don't think he makes the team. I think he could be called back as a practice squad player. The guy that I feel bad about more than any is Elijah Cooks. He's worked so hard. He got a ton of play last year. He's been getting some play this year. You can't drop the ball the way that he did under the bright lights. That was his opportunity. And when you're talking about a 6th or 7th wide receiver, when you don't show out, there's no room for him. So I think he's possibly a practice squad guy. I tell you the guy who's really looked the best as of late is Austin Trammell. He's looked absolutely sensational. He had a drop as well in that game, one that he should have had. It's the only drop I've seen him have in camp, but I think he ended up with 4 to 5 receptions. And he had another very good day today. They did cut Joseph Skates today. They waived him if he didn't catch the announcement. But I think that is what they're going to do with wide receiver. All right, tight end. Ingram, Luke Farrell, Brenton Strange. And I think they're going to go with Josiah DeGuara. I think that is going to be their 4th tight end. And you've had a couple of injuries, a couple of guys that have been placed on IR. Peterson's son, as a matter of fact, I think he got an injury settlement. And then the Patrick Murtaugh situation. But I think 4 tight ends to begin the season. All right, let's get to the offensive line. I'm keeping 9. Cam, Ezra, Mitch Morris, Brandon Sheriff, Anton Harrison. Those are your 5. Javon Foster, they invested a 4th-round pick in. You got to keep him, right? He becomes your 2nd swing tackle behind Walker Little. Foster did not have a good performance on Saturday night. Cooper Hodges, kind of by default, right? I think he's better than Blake Hance. I think he's got a brighter future than Blake Hance. And here's possibly my surprise, although when push came to shove, I caved in. But I've been thinking all day. Just cut Luke Fortner. Just cut him. No. It's a mistake. The most noble thing you can do as a human being is admit to your mistake. He's a mistake. Okay? I think he's like a rocket scientist or something like that. He's a very intelligent human being. He's not a good football player. You need to get better on the waiver wire. So if you keep him on, then maybe he gets bounced 48 hours after the fact. This is where ego gets tested. When you draft a guy, you're hoping and you're demanding and you're doing everything within your power to get the coaches and the strength and conditioning coaches and whatever to make them better, stronger, and faster. It's not going to happen with Luke Fortner. Oh, he's got 2 years worth of experience as a starter. He's third-year guy. You know, he's very affordable under the rookie salary system. I don't care about that. He can't play. I think they should cut him. But I'm making my predictions here, and I think he'll stick. All right? I'd rather have Cole Van Lennon. Van Lennon's a tackle. I think he played better than all the backups on Saturday. So that's where I'm going. 25 offensive players, 2 QBs, 4 running backs, 6 wide receivers, 4 tight ends, 9 offensive linemen. That all adds up to 25. When we come back, we'll take a look at the defense. Give you an opportunity to voice your opinion as well. What do you believe with what I just said offensively? Jalen Jackson is perhaps up for discussion. Keeping the 4th tight end, you agree? Keeping 6 wide receivers, and it becomes Tim Jones because of his special teams, and obviously everything on the offensive line. They have to make some changes on this offensive line. They have to get something from the waiver wire on the offensive line. They may even keep 10 offensive linemen and go from 4 to 3 backs or go from 4 to 3 tight ends. I wouldn't be shocked if they do, because they're that bad with that position group where you're going to have to go out and find something. So hopefully Trent Baalke has that in his top drawer right now. Interior offensive linemen. And he's got them ranked. If they get popped next Tuesday, you got to make an offer and bring them here to Duval. Let's get to the defense on the other side. 641-1010. That's the best way for you to join us. That is the text line. Brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Hey, school's in session, and here's today's lesson. We have hundreds of new vehicles. Trax starting at $299 a month. Traverse for $399 a month. Silverados as low as $499 a month. And they all come with a 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. That means you and your soon-to-be drivers will be protected for the next 20 years. Plus, every purchase will help fund a teacher's project in our schools. Your next assignment, get to Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville. Deadline August 31st. We're here to wow you and our teachers.
Former Jaguars corner and first-year head football coach at Duval Charter School at Bay Meadows, K-12, Aaron Beasley here. Are you looking for an A-rated K-12 school prioritizing academics, arts, and athletics? Duval Charter School at Bay Meadows offers a rigorous curriculum to develop strong minds with an additional focus on growing good hearts. DCSB has been an A school for 8 years, and our tuition is free. Now enrolling. Apply at baymeadowscharter.org.
Guys, feeling deflated in the bedroom? ED, low T, no energy? If your stuff is broken, call 904-STROKEN or 904stroken.com. No shots in the first treatment, now free. Fix your ED at 904stroken.com.
This summer, beat the heat at Best Bet, your premier poker destination.
Whether you're a seasoned poker pro or a first-time card player, you'll find a cool retreat from the summer heat with thrilling poker games, big payouts, and refreshing drinks. Join us for an unforgettable experience. Cool off and cash in at Best Bet. The stakes are high, the cards are hot, and your chance for fun is guaranteed. Visit bestbetjacks.com to learn more. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Right now, they're on their way to ruin your day. Don't bother calling the police. They can't help. And if you're not prepared, you will suffer. Yes, it's that time of the year. Heat and humidity are attacking North Florida. But help is at hand. Call Mike Merritt's Heating and Air Conditioning. Mike Merritt has a license to chill and lets you maintain your comfort zone at a bargain price. How? Mike Merritt stands ready to help, routine or emergencies. And Mike Merritt knows emergencies can happen at any time. So with Mike, there's never any overtime charges. And Mike's team works without commissions. Merritt will never try to sell you parts you don't need. You can't trust just anyone with a truck. Call Mike Merritt, the company North Florida has trusted for 35 years. Call today. License number CAC 050384.
When pests invade your space, you don't just need them out, you need them out fast. And you need to keep them out. At Terminix, we show up for you and eliminate pests quicker because we care about what matters most to you. When pests show up, so do we. Don't live with a pest problem. Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com. TERMINIX.com. Terminix it.
This is Greg Huntington, a.k.a. The Mangler. I'm on the winning team at Waste Management. WM is the largest sustainability company in North America. If your business needs sustainable environmental services for waste removal and recycling collection, then you can count on the industry leader of WM to deliver results. Your services will be completed in a timely, safe, and eco-friendly manner. Go to WM.com, WM.com, and get signed up today. If anyone can talk trash, it's The Mangler. Go Team WM, and as always, Duval!
We've seen it 1,000 times. Insurance companies using the same tired excuses not to pay. They'll say you're really not hurt, or that your injury is from an old accident. That's why it's so important to hire a law firm who has their own medical experts, who know how to fight excuses with facts. When they bring excuses, we bring the truth. And truth is power. Farah and Farah. Here for you, here for good. Jacksonville.
Hey, this is Bert Cannon with the First Coast YMCA. Youth sports at the Y can help nurture your future athlete's potential and experience the joy of being a kid. At the Y, we're providing a safe, clean, and fun environment with basketball, soccer, volleyball, gymnastics, elite skills training, and more. Best of all, participation in Legacy Youth Sports League is free with your family membership. Visit fcymca.org to learn all about youth sports at the Y.
Hey, it's Mike Dempsey, and you know how I feel about Pella Windows and Doors. Great design, strongest warranties, and the highest quality product. I even chose Pella Windows for my own home. And whether you're a homeowner replacing windows or building a new home or a trade professional working with clients, I know the design experts at Pella will help your project run smoothly and look great. Visit PellaJacks.com or the Pella showroom on Phillips Highway at Pella Windows and Doors.
Need or want cash? Beach's Jewelry and Pawn has cash available. Ready to buy guitars, surfboards, jewelry, firearms, tools, and especially gold. They need it all, selling or pawning. Get cash on the spot at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
This is Dr. Michael Iorio, internal medicine physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jaguars, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Hall of Fame left tackle Tony Baselli joined Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser on the drill Monday morning and alerted that he still has many concerns with what he's seen from the O-line play so far.
I'm still concerned with the fact that we've already had some injuries. And so Ezra Cleveland did not look healthy all week, just watching on the field. Anton Harrison got some reps too. I think Anton Harrison's probably your best offensive line, especially when it comes to pass blocking right now. but I think it's a big question still.
The offensive line, who was the kryptonite of this team last year, needs to have a bounce-back 2024 season in order to protect Trevor Lawrence to give themselves a chance to win down the stretch later on in the season. I'm Max Fink here with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Happy birthday to Robert Plant. He's 76. This is a legitimate cover when the levee breaks. But it's so good. So good. And a ton of getting in. Many people agree with me with Zeppelin. We're getting best first albums ever. Black Sabbath, Alice in Chains, Molly Hatchet, Pearl Jam, Boston, Motley Crue, Van Halen. Oh, boy. Van Halen 1. That was incredible. Metallica, Nirvana, a bunch of Lynyrd Skynyrd, Weezer, Offspring. Probably the four that come to mind to me. First albums would be Zeppelin, Boston, Van Halen. I tell you another one. And granted, they're from where I'm from, but the Cars' first album was really, really good. You go back and take a look at that if you have the time. Cars were a very good studio band, just not a great sounding live band. We celebrate birthdays here today. Congratulations, Robert Plant. You're 76 years of age. Okay, getting a lot of feedback as well on my cuts. Offensively, I've announced 25. Let's get to the defense. I'm going to be long-winded on this, so I'm going to go to what I think is the most difficult part of all of it, and that is the interior defensive line. I think your starters are Eric Armstead and Devon Hamilton. I think your third man in the rotation is Mason Smith. Trent Baalke had some interesting things to say about him on the Jaguars television network during the game on Saturday night. He is the ultimate wild card of this year's draft class. You could write a script right now on Mason Smith, and I think I'd believe it. Unfortunately for him, that included just falling apart and never doing anything. I less and less believe that the more we move forward. I think he is a tough man to move. And I think he's going to be the third man in this rotation right out of the gate. Jordan Jefferson. Got a glimpse of him the other night. Made a nice play at the line of scrimmage. He'd been slow with an injury. They drafted him. He's not going anywhere. And, I'd love to sit here and give you much more on him, but he's been out. He missed a great deal of time with an injury. Tyler Lacey, man, I'm not giving up on him. He's made plays in practice, and he's done it in games. I still think there's a really good chance for Tyler Lacey to do something in this league. I cannot give up on him in his second year. Just like Luke Fortner on offense, I'm going to come right out and tell you who I would give up on with the defense. That's Roy Robertson Harris. I don't see it anymore in him. I just don't think he makes plays. I would rather have Jeremiah Ledbetter on my football team. I would certainly rather have, well, I'm not going to mention Mason Smith. That's an automatic. But I would rather have Jordan Jefferson and Tyler Lacey. I would. The thing I don't understand with Roy Robertson Harris is the amount of money. I read somewhere that it would be $7 million Yet, I read that the dead money would be $4 million and that the cap savings would be $800,000 post June 1st, 2024. Okay? You'd have to eat $4 million. For those of you who don't know what the dead cap money is, it counts against your salary cap. Has no bearing on you, no bearing on me. And it's a sizable chunk. I don't think they're going to keep him around because of financial reasons. It's a decent contract. Yeah, he signed for a couple of more years. Maybe that comes into play as well. I'm reading over the cap.com, and it has him signed through 2026. You're talking about 3 more years with him. So if you add the 2.3 and the 2.3, that's 4.6. Maybe that ties into it. Again, sometimes these dead cap money moving forward, I don't know if you can pile that all in 1 year, if you can separate it over a couple of years. I just don't know the answer to that question, and I apologize. But I don't think he makes plays. I don't. And he got 8 plays the other night. He got pushed back on a couple of running plays. He did get some push, and Pro Football Focus explained that as far as his ability to put some pressure on the quarterback. So that was good. But no, I am not in support. Now, I think he stays. I think they'll keep him, at least early on. See what he gives you coming out of the gate. 4 playoff teams the first 4 weeks. I think they will keep him. I wouldn't. I'd say goodbye to him. I think it's been a down camp. He's been injured, and I would move along. All right, I got to hit to the top of the hour break. When I come back, let's get the linebackers. We'll get to the edge, linebackers, the entire contain, both safeties and corners. Again, we want to hear from you. 641-1010. That's the text line, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures.
Coach Steve Spurrier, Shane Matthews, Chris Doran, and Dan Hicken round up the Gator greats for a preview of this year's team on the Gators Roundtable podcast.
Find it on 1010XL's Gator YouTube page, Facebook, and wherever you find your podcast.
Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Do the Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
At Garber Auto Mall, we can wiggle it. Best price, we can wiggle it. Best trade value, we can wiggle it. Best payment, we can wiggle it. Ford, Chevy, Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, with 8 American brands, we can wiggle it. Visit us in Green Cove Springs or online at GarberAutomall.com. And remember, at Garber Auto Mall, there's always a little room for wiggle.
Do the Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
When all you have is a hammer, everything is a nail. I'm Dr. George Bari, and like me, I know you have been bombarded with PRP and stem cell treatments from companies that promise the world and charge prices to match. Or the surgeon that convinced you the only way to treat your injuries through surgery. At Bari Orthopedics, we offer the best PRP treatment on the market with prices that won't cost you an arm and a leg. We also have the expertise to treat your injury surgically if that is what it entails. We can discuss all surgical and non-surgical options with you and make sure you get the best treatment available. Come see me, Dr. George Bari at Bari Orthopedics.
Bold City AC, keeping you cool.
Feeling the heat, Jacksonville? Cool down with Bold City Heating and Air. From repairs to energy-efficient installs, we do it all. Family-owned and trusted since 2016, we offer clear pricing, NATE-certified techs, and unbeatable service. Call Bold City Heating and Air today and experience the bold difference.
Bold City AC, keeping you cool. Bold City AC.
Visit boldcityac.com.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Tropical Smoothie Cafe here with your daily reminder to get on Tropic Time. Take 10. Sip a refreshing smoothie and manifest that you're Cabana side. Slade hot yoga? Treat yourself. Crushed back-to-back meetings? Get that me time. Adulted a little extra today? You deserve a vacay. You're on Tropic Time now at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. And look who's back and causing a stir. Our refreshing Island Punch, Mango Berry Cosmo, and Watermelon Mojito mocktail smoothies are here for a limited time.
Hey gang, Hicken here for Zero Res. Man, it is hot outside this time of the year. Many of us are staying inside or going to the pool. Well, my friends at Zero Res are also heating things up. As you know, Zero Res does a great job of cleaning carpets and rugs. But they also clean luxury vinyl planking, tile and grout, fine stone and hardwood floors. And right now, the hottest price of the year, 25% off all hardwood cleaning. That's 25% off tile, LVP, fine stone, and hardwood floors. Zero res, man. Spell it forward. Zero res, spell it back. It's the right way to clean.
Zero res.
Now that's what I call high-quality H2O. If you want high-quality water in your home at a fair price that won't scare you to death, then talk to someone who knows water and is not a pushy salesman. Contact your local water boy, Keith. I install premium equipment and can repair or even rebuild your existing system. In a business known for aggressive sales tactics, let me show you how my approach is different. If you've got any water problems, contact the water boy at waterboyjack.com.
Yo, if you've been following me on my bookie, you will know that I'm hitting for straight cash, homie. It's your boy E.T. And are you ready for the ultimate college football season? Using my bookie's sportsbook and casino platform, you can bet on every game and win anytime, anywhere, straight from your mobile device. No app necessary. Just click on the link, sign up, and you're ready to rock. Did you know that the average college football game runs about 180 plays? Every catch, sack, and touchdown is another way to hit that straight cash, homie, using my bookie. And when you bet with my bookie, you're not just watching the games, you're investing in every moment of the action. And I'm speaking from experience. A few bucks on the line can turn any regular game into one of the most exciting games of the season. So make sure you head over to my bookie. And don't forget to use promo code TenTenXL when signing up to claim that $1,000 bonus on the first deposit. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with my bookie. Come on, somebody.
At Cannons of Jacksonville, they know that when you're towing anything, you gotta have products you can rely on. With over 50 years of fabrication expertise, the family at Cannons can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Whether it's a heavy-duty hitch, trailer frame, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons will provide you with unmatched precision and durability. For all your towing needs, visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
Roof damage? Call before you claim. Green Law Group, fighting insurance companies for you. They will work for you when you have roof damage. Don't let your insurance deny you. Don't call an adjuster. Call Green Law Group at 904-302-7055. Remember, if you have roof damage, call Green Law Group before you claim. They've settled millions and will work hard to get your claim and new roof. Green Law Group. Call before you claim. 904-302-7055.
This is Corona Premier. Just 90 calories and 2.6 grams of carbs. It's a light beer that... Wait, this is a light beer? But we should really tell people about... Right, that's why I'm here. Sorry. Corona Premier, unexpectedly, light beer.
Want to show your kids something really cool? Take them by the Kuhn Flowers window display on Beach Boulevard. 1010XL's RJ Saunders here, and there's no better way to introduce your kids to Kuhn Flowers. For over 75 years, Kuhn Flowers.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Let's go into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, with you for another hour tonight till 8 o'clock. That'll be the deal tomorrow night as well. Make that 6 till 8 on Wednesday. Then Thursday, I will be with JJ and Hayes Carline from 2 to 4 on Thursday. Already rented out the back room at the Blue Crab House. Kidding. I'll be sitting at the bar. Always a lot of fun out there. And, of course, tomorrow night, Dollar Oysters. I'll be out there Thursday night. They got the, $3.50 draft beers. What more could you ask for than that? $3 drafts, $4 wines, $5 wells at the Blue Crab House. That'll be Thursday night. So
yeah, we never get to have dinner.
No.
I'm looking forward to it.
For a
Not
day.
together, I just mean like we don't ever get to have dinner like at home with our girl or anything.
Yeah. Be nice.
Yeah.
People ask me all the time, you want to move back? I'm like, I like where I'm at. I love the 6 to 8.
Me too.
Are you kidding me?
Empty building in here. We do whatever we want. We're smoking cigarettes during the breaks. It's great.
Healthy. I mean, it's like yesterday. You get to play an incredible round of golf with the Furyk and friends over at Timuquana. If I was working mid-afternoon, I'm not able to do that.
Exactly.
And I just enjoy the days. It allows me to go to Jaguars practice, locker room, do any of that stuff. So I'm pretty happy with it. All right. Before we move along, I just gave you my opinion on Roy Robertson Harris. It's not going to happen. Doug Peterson yesterday praised him. This is from this morning. This is current defensive coordinator Ryan Nielsen when he was asked about Roy Robertson Harris.
Big, strong, physical, because he's a really good pass rusher. A guy that big he's extremely athletic. And there's a play in practice the other day on a toss, and I mean, he was running like that. That's pretty good now. Like, it was awesome. But you see that combination, the size, the speed. And look, our goal is to get everybody in games. And don't read into he played and this guy didn't. That's not really our, hey, whatever snaps he got, 15 snaps or 12 snaps. It's just getting him ready to play in this game here was a little bit of last week. And so that's all we're doing, knocking the rust off, getting some game type, some plays. But, yeah, he's done a good job. He's really improved in the last 2 weeks and continue to look for that this week.
Roy Robertson Harris turned 31 on, July 23rd. So he just turned 31 years of age. This will be his 8th season. You listen to Ryan Nielsen right there. You listen to Doug Peterson yesterday. Doesn't appear that there's even the slightest indication at all that he's fighting for his job. I see things differently. I'm sure Ryan Nielsen would be like, who? Ballou? Doesn't he smoke? Ballou, didn't he smoke 3 packs of Chesterfields every night? I mean, he should be doing the graveyard shift, telling us who the best bassists of all time. Is it John Entwistle? Is it John Paul Jones? Is it Flea? Is it, who else? Who's some other great bassists? That's probably it. That would be the top 3, I think. I love Sting's bass guitar, but I know you didn't ask me. Entwistle would be number 1, or John Paul Jones. Roger Waters was really good. So maybe you're right. Maybe you're onto something there, Ryan Nielsen. Maybe that's where I'm headed with my career. So there you go. I would make that move. I don't think the football team will. I'd like your response to it at 641-1010.
Now, do you think it's just because of money, or do you think they actually think that he'll be a contributor to the football team?
I didn't think he was very good last year. I know he had 3 sacks. I know he's created a little bit of pressure. Ryan, you can't measure it all on sacks. You measure it all on pressure. I like these younger players. I think Tyler Lacey and Jordan Jefferson have a real opportunity here. I just cutting a veteran. I don't want to say you shake up the building. You know what I mean? I just don't see it. He's the only one on the defense that I pointed to. Now I'm getting less resistance on my Luke Fortner. Luke Fortner to me is a guy who gets cut and he never plays again in the league. He's just not strong enough. Roy Robertson Harris has been through the wars. He's got 7 years worth of experience.
Now, some defense I did hear from Hayes Carline about why he would keep Fortner on the roster is basically just because he's played and started so many games already in his career. Like, just to have a guy with that sort of experience on the roster, he would keep
Makes
around.
Total sense.
Yeah.
Guys played in what?
2 full seasons, pretty much.
I mean, if something happens, you go to a guy who Trevor's worked with. You just better bail out quick.
Yeah, he's certainly worked with him all right.
You better get to your left and your right. You can't, when Luke Fortner's in, you can't do anything between the guards. You just can't. He doesn't block. All right, let's go to pass rush ends here. I'm going with 4. Hines Allen, Trayvon Walker, Travis Gibson, and DJ Coleman. And I was so high on Coleman a couple of weeks ago. He had a great week of practice, and then he had a very good first game against Kansas City. Kind of flatlined this past week. Travis Gibson didn't have a great night. I still think there's room for improvement here. I hate to say goodbye to Miles Cole, but he just doesn't move the needle, right? He's an enormous human being who's underachieved in college. He's got the look. He's got the body. He's slow off the ball. I don't know if it's a teachable situation. I'm sure what they'd love to do with Miles Cole is bury him on the practice squad and try to develop him like they did a year ago with DJ Coleman. I still think there's room there for an addition. Breland Speaks is a guy that has really done some nice things, but you have to take into consideration who he has been playing against. And Ryan Nielsen has done this. He did in the very first game where, on that fourth play, he had 5 defensive substitutions. I would love to see this game on Friday night where all of a sudden, it's the first team defense, and then bam, all of a sudden it's an obvious pass situation, and you take out Hines Allen or you take out Trayvon Walker, and you give a guy like Breland Speaks an opportunity. It's a preseason game. Why not run him with the ones? I told you in the first hour, I'm not even playing Travis Etienne. I'm running Tank Bigsby. Let's see what Tank Bigsby can do with Anton Harrison, Brandon Sheriff, Mitch Morris, Ezra Cleveland, and Cam Robinson. Let's see what Tank can do. We've seen what Etienne can do. He can't do anything. And it's not him. Now, they did score a reception, a passing, and that's a big part of Etienne's game. I'm not down on Etienne. I just like to see Tank. I'd like to see some other situations where you see some of these guys who are on the bubble or may not make the team get an opportunity. Another really good practice today for Chad Muma. He's been the best linebacker. He has. Foyer's so consistent. We get that. Foyer's a star. Foyer is always going to be, when it's all said and done, he's the most underrated player on this team. He may go down as one of the most underrated players in the history of this franchise. They've only played 29 years. This is year 30. He's never going to get the pub that he deserves. But you can really make the case that Chad Muma has outplayed Devin Lloyd. There's more than just a role for Chad Muma. If they're in a base, he's going to be in. But how many times do we expect them to really be in a 4-3-4? This thing's going to be a 4-2-5. And Muma comes out. Is Muma a better coverage linebacker than Devin Lloyd? Muma's played very well. Ventrell Miller, there's no way I'm getting rid of this guy. You got to keep him healthy. He's a good football player. And here's a surprise. Here's a guy who just flat out won the job, in my opinion. That is Yasir Abdullah. I bet if you rewound this tape a couple of weeks ago, I said he was going to get cut because we figured that he was an undersized pass rush end. And they moved him to linebacker. And he's done a variety of different things. He's been all over the place. Again, the competition he's facing, that is understandable. He's another guy I'd like to see get some at-bats against Atlanta's first-team offense. I really would. I hope they play an entire half. You don't have to play Foye Oluokun, right? I think Devin Lloyd needs some reps, but I'd love to see Yasir Abdullah get an opportunity. See what he can do against the first team. I think he makes it. I think they take 5 linebackers, and this is a pleasant surprise because I didn't think he would. He just flat out, in my opinion, won that job. Early on in camp, there was a lot of Caleb Johnson talk. when they went out and got Tanner Muse. I mean, he was a 4-core special teams guy in Seattle. My thinking was, all right, maybe this is a backup linebacker who can be a special teamer, kind of like what you have with Daniel Thomas and Andrew Wingard. You really don't want them in defensively unless it's a running team. Wingard's good against the run. If it's a passing team, you don't want them on the field. But they're very important with special teams. I thought Tanner Muse would be a part of that. No. Andrew Parker has shown out at times. I'm sure they'd love to be able to put him on the practice squad. But I just don't think so. I think those are the 5. All right. Cornerback. Another really good camp for this group. Tyson Campbell, Ronald Darby, Christian Braswell. As expected. Jerrion Jones. And then those are 4 really solid corners, okay? I think dime coverage, nickel coverage, dime coverage, I think they feel really comfortable about those 4. Then all of a sudden it becomes, all right, what are you going to do next? Well, Buster Brown is always out there. He's always getting reps. And it's been that way since opening day. I think they really like Buster Brown. I think he makes this team as your 5th corner. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep the rookie, DeAndre Prince. Not going to give up on him. He has looked like a rookie. You're not going to rely on him this year. But I think he's got an opportunity in the future to get better. We're starting to see this now. You know, Gregory Jr. was released. But now all of a sudden Braswell, another year, healthy. Look at what he's done. Buster Brown, a lot of experience a year ago, kind of forced in there, and some growing pains. Antonio Johnson, the hamstring early on, a bum deal. You know, most of his snaps were at nickel, although he's a safety by trade. They're starting to come ahead. Eric Howard, I'll get to him in a minute. You're starting to see some young defensive backs get better. And I think DeAndre Prince has an opportunity to do that. Jerrion Jones going to play right out of the gate this year. So that's what I would do. Those are my 6 corners. The guy I hate to cut is Trey Flowers. He's a seasoned veteran with length. And will he handle the demotion? You know, 21 grand, it's 21 grand a week. Will he take the job as one of the 6 veteran that you can keep on your practice squad? You know, I'm saying that knowing that this is going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. It's just my prediction here. But he's a bubble guy. Safety. Boy. Darnell Savage has to be a safety. They only have 3 safeties right now. Andre Sisco, Darnell Savage, and Antonio Johnson. You hope that the nickel is won by Braswell or Jerrion Jones. I have a feeling on opening day, you'll see Savage as your nickel. But I think as we move forward, they're going to figure out there's no depth at safety after Sisco and Antonio Johnson, and you're going to be forced to play him because of that reason. The only other guy I have making the team is Daniel Thomas. I'm putting on IR Dewey. Putting Andrew Wingard on IR. You can pull him back once he's healthy. But it's going to be tough to cut Terrell Edmonds. He could very easily make this team. He's a guy that has performed well in camp. Eric Hallett is another one that I don't think they want to give up on. I think if they would love to place him on the practice squad and continue to groom him. But I think when it's all said and done, that's what this team is going to do. Sisco, Savage, Antonio Johnson, and Daniel Thomas. So they will keep 4 safeties. They'll get the exemption rule for Tashawn Gibson. He's out the first 6 games. They used it last year for Cam Robinson. So he won't be on your 53-man roster. He won't be allowed in the building for the first 6 weeks. When he comes back, things do change. Josh Proctor at times has shown up. Don't think he makes it as an undrafted free agent. Adrian Amos was actually all over the place on Saturday night. I just think he's caught up in a numbers game here. A late arrival to camp. So 6 DTs, 4 ends, 5 linebackers, 6 corners, 4 safeties. That's 25. Cam Little, Logan Cook, and Ross Matisic are your 3 special teamers. 25 on offense, 25 on defense. Your 3 special teamers. Their special teams is as good, hopefully, as you'll find in the NFL. I say hopefully because you're talking about a rookie. He kicked a 63-yarder today inside the Miller Electric Center. He has got a big boot. Cam Little with a big boot. I mean, yes, he's not even 21 years of age yet. Logan Cook is so solid. Did you know that?
I think he just turned 21 on Saturday, the night of the game.
What?
Yes.
We're celebrating Robert Plant's 76th birthday. You trying to tell me we didn't celebrate Cam Little's 21st birthday?
Just 2 legends.
Send him a bottle?
I mean, what were you doing on your 21st? I was not playing in an NFL game. I was at a concert, and I was in my cups. At one point, I had to, take a seat. I had to, go to the side, where the bathrooms are, and, have a seat and have a water before the band that I was there to see even came out.
Honestly, it wasn't that big of a deal for me because I had such a good fake ID.
Yeah.
At Florida State. Even though no one believed I was 21 because when I was really young, I looked really young. I mean, my graduating picture in high school, to this day, my buddies back east make fun. I mean, I look like I am legitimately 12 years of age. So I don't remember. I mean, it was big because now you were officially in, but I kind of found my way around it.
So you were. I don't know when the drinking age changed from 18 to 21.
Changed when I was in grade school.
Okay, so it was before you.
And the only state that didn't change in New England was Vermont.
So you'd go to Vermont as an 18-year-old and get tore up.
Maybe twice or 3 times in my life because when you played football, hockey, and baseball, you had no time. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, it was always so busy. I mean, I look back in high school, it was so damn boring. I never skipped the class once in high school because my dad is a coach and everything like that. I mean, I feel like I missed out on life. Man.
I was about to say, we lived different lives in high school, my friend.
Senior skip day and all that great stuff. I was like, no. It was like.
Because you couldn't play if you didn't go to school.
You couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
That's. I will always say this. Now, granted, I have a criminology degree, but college was so much easier than high school. It's not even comparable. It's not even in the same stratosphere. It's because you had so much time to do whatever you want. Now, you can get incredibly lazy in college and lay around and sleep and do all that stuff. But think about it, man. In high school, you're up at 6 o'clock. First bell, I think it was 7:10.
Damn.
You have classes all day until 1:50. Then you literally have 15 minutes to say goodbye to your girlfriend, have your uniform on for practice. And then practice is over at 6:30 at night. You come home, you're exhausted, you eat, you got homework. High school was brutal. And when you played 3 sports like that, you never had any downtime. You get to college, you don't know what to do with yourself. Right. Now, I'm sure there are some majors and some professions where you would say, Ballou, you have no idea what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that.
We're not heart surgeons.
When I studied criminology, I loved. So I was totally fired up.
That's the thing about college. You're well, not the first year or so, but when you get into what you want to do, it's fun to go to school every
once you
day.
get rid of all the BS courses that everyone has to take.
High school, it's just a bunch of crap you don't care about.
But once you decide on your major, I mean, loved it. All right, we need to take a break.
We do.
Your thoughts? My 64 are in, or excuse me, my 53 are in. I don't know why I said 64, but regardless of that, give us some of your feedback. 641-1010, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures.
Celebrate a new season.
Don't hold nothing back.
1010XL's college kickoff coverage is brought to you by Jenkins Genesis of Northeast Florida and Island Oaks RV Park.
Do not start celebrating too early.
On 1010XL.
Rejoice!
Here's Linda Beaver.
Hey, school's in session, and here's today's lesson. We have hundreds of certified vehicles to choose from, starting as low as $89.99. Plus, they come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile peace of mind warranty and free oil changes. That means you and your soon-to-be drivers will be protected. Plus, every purchase allows us to fund teachers' projects for the entire school year. Your next assignment, get to Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville. Deadline August 31st. We're here to wow you and our teachers.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. You know, I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation, light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Go to carlsondentalgroup.com. That's carlsondentalgroup.com for all of your dental needs.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting. Get your athletes game day ready with Injury Care Centers. Kick off the upcoming sports season with their $69 Peak Performance Physical. It identifies strengths and weaknesses in muscles and body mechanics, tapping into the power of AI technology. Help your athlete run faster, throw harder, and jump higher at Injury Care Centers. Elevate their game from the inside out. Call Injury Care Centers today, 904-783-0008. That's 904-783-0008.
Googan Nation, it's Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here to tell you this is no dream. The folks at Dreamfinders Homes right now have an unbeatable interest rate for you. You may not think you can afford a Dreamfinders home. Well, think again. Take advantage of a 2.99% year one rate. I said it, 2.99%. 15 Jacksonville communities to choose from. Find that dream house and take advantage of an unbeatable rate. Move now, literally. Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Lauren Brooks here. Circa Resort and Casino has an incredible all-in package for Duval in December. For only $500 tax and resort fee included, get a 3-night stay at Circa, $200 food and beverage credit, plus a daybed at Stadium Swim. With 6 temperature-controlled pools and a massive screen, it's the world's largest hot tub party. Join us Heels Friday night for a Jacksonville pep rally with specials and giveaways. To book the Jacksonville Game Day Getaway and join the Heels in Vegas, visit circalasvegas.com today.
Hacker here with a new opportunity for you. The 20-pound Summer Slim Down with Awaken 180 weight loss. Dropping 20 pounds before summer ends, cruising to your goal of 30, 40, 50-plus pounds down. It's simple. You take the last few weeks of summer, eating, drinking, enjoying the weather, but the difference? You're doing it with the 20-pound Summer Slim Down. But you say, Hack, summer's almost over. Well, that's the point. The pounds melt off fast with Awaken 180. I dropped my first 20 in less time, and that easy 20 propelled me to reach my goal of losing over 85 pounds. Think about it. You're about to slide back into the same old fall routine with the same old mindset. Mix it up. Live up the rest of your summer while dropping the first 20. Then jump into fall with a whole new groove. Yeah, I said it, and you'll be saying it too in just a few weeks. 20-pound Summer Slim Down with the solution for weight loss. Online, Awaken180weightloss.com.
Hey, David again with Royal Pest Services. TAP Insulation stands for thermal, acoustic, and pest control. Keep your home cool, noise out, and pests dead. Visit RoyalPestServices.com to schedule a free inspection.
Thermal Engineers is hiring. Thermal Engineers is a commercial HVAC contractor serving North Florida for over 20 years. Qualified technicians and installers. How does top pay, 401k, and full benefits sound? And a signing bonus. Is it time for a positive change in your career? Join the family-oriented commercial HVAC contractor at Thermal Engineers. Call 230-1172 or go to Thermal Engineers, Inc., an equal opportunity employer.
Lauren Brooks here. If you're in pain and you think you've tried everything, I've got a solution for you. The team at Active Health Jacks treats the source of the problem, not just the pain, so you can avoid surgery, cortisone injections, and pain medications. I've had neck aches for years, and I've tried everything from acupunctures to massages with no results. Within minutes of my evaluation and treatment, the tension was gone. It was amazing. Active Health Jacks can help you too. Give them a call at 904-296-0202 today or visit them online at activehealthjacks.com.
New and pre-owned firearms are in stock at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach. Want a new sidearm or rifle? Brands like Kimber, Smith & Wesson, 6 Hour, Beretta. No lines, no hassle. Only at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Robert Plant, 76 today. This is the first ever hit and first song on their very first album, Led Zeppelin 1. Happy birthday. It's also a very happy birthday today to Don King. He's 93. The Rumble in the Jungle, the Thriller in Manila. I'll never forget when I was on the ball right off of Lane Avenue. Livestock, tumbleweeds, hookers. I mean, Lane Avenue had it all. And Leroy Butler was in studio with me. Don King called in. And Leroy Butler said, I just watched the documentary on you where you killed someone. Is that true?
Yeah, he went to prison for it.
It was one of the greatest things I've ever experienced historically in radio.
It was a long time ago.
Oh, my God, yeah. In like the 50s.
Okay, yeah, 1954.
Right.
He got in trouble, but then 13 years later, in 1967, he was convicted of second-degree murder. Okay, so no, the murder happened in 1954, but he didn't get in trouble until 13 years later. He was found guilty of stomping to death an employee of a gambling house who owed him $600.
He was ahead of his time.
Yes.
Can you imagine him if he arrived 30 years later?
He's like, he would be the Dana White of, you know.
But just his gift for gab. I mean, you can have breakfast in New York and dinner in Paris. I mean, he just went on and on and on and never closed his mouth. He was a legend.
And he was stealing fighters' pay way before Dana White has. Dana White stole all that from him. The barely paying fighters anything. Sad. Yeah, Don King, a total POS. Let's be real.
But I love talking to him. He was a great interview.
He's like one of the best entertaining people in sports, in the history of sports.
Mm-hmm.
But absolutely just a terrible person. Still kicking, 93 years old. And here's the thing. He still represents a few fighters. Not like huge guys, but he actually still is a boxing promoter out there.
Man, I haven't heard about him in
fooled
forever.
enough people still to this day into thinking that he's good for their careers. Shocking.
I'm reading some of his controversies.
I'm sure there's like a whole page at least.
They're all like boxing related. Then all of a sudden you get to ESPN. Then all of a sudden you get to Donald Trump. I mean, he's been involved in all sorts of crazy stuff, lawsuits, prosecutions, what have you. 93 years of age, Don King. With documentaries, you see what's coming up tonight? It is a 58-minute documentary on Netflix. It's on Steve McNair, and it's called The Untold, The Murder of Air McNair.
Yeah, and that was obviously his what do you call his someone that you're hooking up with outside of your marriage, mistress.
Right.
His mistress was the one who committed the murder, and it was like a double murder suicide because he was going to leave her. I'll never forget where I was when that happened. That was shocking. It was only like a couple years after he was out of the league, right?
I don't know if I'm wrong in saying this, but it feels like that doesn't today get the attention that I thought it still would.
Yeah, like star quarterback in the league gets killed.
It kind of just went away.
I agree.
And, it's an extramarital affair. Or did you say that he was married or was his girlfriend?
He was married. I'm like 99% sure of that.
But and this is a perfect example of it. I mean, you got the Aaron Hernandez one coming out, and it's going to be like 5 days worth. I mean, all they could get out of it is 58 minutes. So, I mean, I don't know what to make of this. I thought it would get far more attention. But then again, I look at those murders. The Fred Lane murder kind of went away. The Ray Caruth situation kind of went away.
I believe he's out of prison. That's how long ago that was.
Yeah.
Now, have you watched I'm not a sports documentary guy, really, just because it seems like most of them now are made by the athlete to portray them in whatever light they want to be portrayed in. But have you been watching the Pete Rose?
No, I haven't seen it yet. I'll get to it. Have you?
I heard it's good. No,
Yeah.
I was hoping you saw it before.
Yeah, I love Pete, so I'm gonna.
Me too.
I'm gonna get to it.
Speaking of exceptional human beings,
man, I can't remember his name. I guess you could Google it. But when I was in Chicago, I used to get the guy who took his bets, and he's a good dude. He was kind of an overfed, loud dude. I think he lives. I believe he lived in Cincinnati.
Ron Peters?
No. Ron Pete. I don't think that's the name. If you say the name, I'll know it. But we used to bring him on for his weekly picks. I don't believe it was Ron Peters. Anyway, maybe you can dig up a name. If you say the name, I'll know it. Yeah, it'll ring the bell inside the noggin. Hey, ESPN. They've made an announcement. Robert Griffin III, of course, is gone. So now Bob Wischusen will be joined by Louis Riddick. So that'll be your team. It's Wischusen, Riddick, and Chris Budden. Let's see. Riddick had previously worked with Mark Jones. Mark Jones will now get Roddy Jones. Dave Pasch and Dusty Dvorak will return. Taylor McGregor takes the sideline job from Tom Luganbill, who moves in with Wes Durham on the Atlantic Coast Conference
Well,
Network.
Wes Durham on the show with you and Hayes, 3 o'clock on Thursday, by the way.
Big fan of Wes. Absolutely. Look forward to that. Some more changes for ESPN. Todd Blackledge is gone.
He was good.
Yeah, where did he go? He went to NBC maybe, or I can't remember where he left. Doesn't say here in the article. But Blackledge is left. It's still going to be Chris Fowler and Dr. Herbie with Holly Rowe patrolling the sidelines.
Blackledge is NBC, by the way.
Okay. Sean McDonough, Greg McElroy, and Molly McGrath will be the number 2 team. Joe Tessitore is going to remain with Jesse Palmer and Katie George. If you have not heard, Joe Tessitore is also getting set to join the WWE as a commentator. He'll be good at that. The last broadcast he did with Florida State and Louisville, he read that one off a script. It's 3rd down and 6. By the way, Texas a winner today. Bama a winner today. Look at this Florida State offense. It sucks. I don't think they should be in the Final Four. Incomplete pass punt team. Jesse, your thoughts?
Now, do you think that the WWE commentators know the script beforehand?
Absolutely.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
I've done a lot of reading. I'm an old school wrestler. Okay? And yes, there have been situations. I'm sure there's been the element of surprise in some of it.
Yeah.
But a lot of announcers were like fully involved. I mean, look at all the years of Vince McMahon was the announcer.
Yeah.
Right?
He knew what was happening.
Yeah.
By the way, quickly on Joe Tess, he will be doing not only the Florida State game this weekend, he'll be doing Florida-Miami next weekend. So,
wow, 2 good games.
Yeah. We'll be hearing a lot of Joe Tess in the next 10 days.
A couple of other notables. Matt Berry with Dan Mullen. Let's see here. That's about it. There's a lot of these,
Matt Berry's good.
ESPN Plus and all that type of stuff.
He's like a studio guy, but he's pretty damn good at play-by-play.
Mm-hmm. So, the very latest there. And there you have it. And as you pointed out, Dr. Herbie and Game Day, they will be in Dublin, but they're not calling the game. It's going to be Joe Tessitore with Jesse Palmer. Have that game coming up at high noon on Saturday. Cut our YouTube special today, Seminole Roundtable, which will be up soon. I'll let you know about where you can find it. Cut it with a couple of former national champions. Todd Fordham, right? Won it in 93 and was certainly drafted or an undrafted member of the Jaguars in 97 and was here for 5 years. And now Lawrence Stample won a national title on the defensive line in 2013. So that's coming up. I think it will be released tomorrow. And once I have that, I will share that with you as well. All right, much more to do. Take you up till 8 o'clock. Hacker will join you then.
Hey, this is former Jaguar Paul Spicer.
Hi, I'm Mark Brunell. I'm Josh Scobie, and you're listening to 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Ballou here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Care you can see.
Denny Thompson here. If you want to work with new tech security cameras or home automation, Tyson Sound and Security is a growing company looking for you now. Tyson is now hiring for sales, technician, and administrative positions. You'll start at the industry's most competitive pay, and they will train you. Apply online at TysonSoundandSecurity.com or call 762-1000. Tyson Sound and Security hiring sales, technicians, and administrative. Call 762-1000. Equal opportunity employer.
Lauren Brooks here from Mayport CNC Fisheries. At my house, we had a feast from Mayport CNC Fisheries with the freshest shrimp around, and it was unbelievable. They also have oysters, scallops, mahi, and so much more. Want to eat like a local? Head to the beach and visit my friends at Mayport CNC Fisheries.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700, offices Jacksonville, Florida, and don't let the state decide your fate.
It's about the hunt.
Captain Kevin Favor here with Captain Kirk and Jeff Lagerman. We take you from the water to the woods.
On the Nimnicht Outdoors Show. Presented by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning.
Let's go to the woods, y'all.
Saturday mornings from 7 to 10 on 1010XL.
I'm Stacy, and I want to tell you about my fogged up window fiasco at my house. I called up Mac at Baker Glass, and he told me all I needed was a glass replacement. The process was so easy. All within a few days, they came out, measured, called me with an estimate, cut my glass, and came out to install the new ones. Now my view outside is fog-free thanks to Mac and his crew at Baker Glass. And my neighbors think I got some fancy new windows.
I'm Mac with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Don't make a bad call when it comes to servicing your home. Cooling off with a baby pool in the house to fix your air conditioning problem is a bad call. Trying to catch a wave in a flooded bathroom is a bad call. Using a burning electrical panel to make s'mores is a bad call. The next time something goes wrong, make a good call to Donovan.
Whether you need air, electric, or plumbing service, Donovan is always a good call. It's why we've been trusted by our customers for almost 40 years and why you can trust us to deliver fast, reliable service to your home. Donovan, always a good call.
Visit DonovanAC.com today.
How many points are there on the Statue of Liberty? The answer coming up.
If you haven't stayed on top of your coverage responsibilities for your family's home, you really should review it annually. Renew with confidence or call us and let Southern Oak answer your questions. We'll save you money.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
There are 7 points on the crown of the Statue of Liberty, referencing all 7 continents.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about letting things roll off of your back. So often we can make big deals out of things that are not really big deals. We can allow them to steal the joy of our day. But let me remind you that don't allow anyone or anything to steal the joy of today. Go out today not letting little things steal the big things that God has in store for you.
For more inspiration, log on to stjohnthedivine.com.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. Hurricanes happen in Florida. That's not news. But what happens even more often than hurricanes are home break-ins. And if security is important to you, you might want to look into hurricane-rated impact windows.
What you may not know is that hurricane-rated impact windows not only help protect your home in case of a hurricane, but they also offer another level of security for your home.
Have you seen those videos on YouTube that show people trying to break through an impact window? A thief is way too lazy to spend his energy trying to break through one of our impact windows. That's why he doesn't have a real job like you. He'd rather break your non-impact window while you're at work. Window World has high-quality, very affordable hurricane-rated impact windows to help protect your home from hurricanes and from lazy thieves.
Call us today at 904-443-7001. Get a free estimate and see for yourself. You save energy, get more security, and the windows add value to your home. With all Window World windows, you get the best guarantee in the window replacement business.
Window World, simply the best for less. And thank you for your business.
Electricians, innovators, and tech enthusiasts, listen up. Miller Electric is shaping the future, and we want you to be a part of it. From healthcare and data centers, corporate offices, aviation, and industrial facilities, Miller Electric is powering the most exciting projects in Jacksonville and beyond. We offer not just a job, but a thrilling career with great pay and incredible benefits. Visit us at millercareers.com to apply. Miller Electric, where your skills meet our vision, an equal opportunity employer.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent. So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle.
Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on her skin.
If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Free and Gentle. This back-to-school season, Tide and Downy are giving back with $1.5 million in scholarships. Enter to win. No purchase necessary. US/DC 17+. End September 30th. Rules. Tide.com/scholarship/official rules.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air, Electric and Plumbing. Keeping Jax cool since '87.
Had a very lengthy practice today for the Jacksonville Jaguars, 12:50 to 3:30. So they got after it today. Most of it indoors, and then they worked outside and did some 11 on 11. Thought it was a very good day for Trevor Lawrence. Passing the ball around, very efficient, very accurate today. And, you know, as far as the route tree, all sorts of different balls, different yardage, what have you. I try to respect the process of not telling much. And, oh, by the way, that ends after tomorrow. We get like an hour and change tomorrow. And that's it. You know, they leave Thursday, the game's Friday, and after that, it'll be officially regular season mode where media accessibility is basically going to be to see them stretch. And, you know, we'll have locker room, which we'll get that opportunity a few times during the week as well. But, you know, I, for one, I love training camp. And we thought it was officially over late last week. They did open things up today and yesterday, and again, it'll be brief tomorrow. But Brian Thomas Jr. continues to develop right in front of your eyes. The other rookie who really stood out was Cam Little. Man, kicked a 63-yarder. It was indoors, Miller Electric Center. But anyway, just a good day of work, and it appears as though they're getting healthier. Had an opportunity to watch some guys that the red jersey off, Darnell Savage, Eric Armstead, doing some individual work. Began with that on Monday. So don't know if he's going to play. As a matter of fact, I would guess he wouldn't. Non-committal was Doug Peterson yesterday. And again, Ryan Nielsen today wouldn't come out and say whether or not he is going to play. So my best guess is he's not, and I'm okay with that. There's a few guys I would not play, even though the starters are going to go a half. I wouldn't play Armstead. I wouldn't play Travis Etienne. Christian Kirk, we know for sure, is going to be out. He's got what Peterson says is a mild calf situation.
Now, the 2-minute drill, brought to you by Injury Care Centers. Discover BioTarget Regenerative Therapy, a safer drug-free solution for lasting pain relief. Visit GoBioTarget.com.
Hacker Nation is with us as we get ready to go after dark. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I was talking to my guy up in Atlanta, John Michaels of 680 The Fan. He's going to join me tonight, and I was saying the Jaguars are going to play their starters for a half, it appears. What's Atlanta's plan? Atlanta's not playing anybody. I mean, Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix aren't going to play. It's going to be the Taylor Heineke show. They're going to be playing third and fourth team guys, trying to make the back end of the roster. So from a Jaguar perspective, you're in between a rock and a hard place Friday night. If the offense goes out there and scores, well, they're supposed to score because they're playing the quote-unquote scrubs of the Falcons. If they don't go out there and score, it's probably a pretty big story.
There's no doubt. Yeah, and it's a fair point. Boy, we used to know to a T the 4-game preseason what the blueprint was. We still don't know with 3 games. Every franchise is different with how they handled their starters.
It's the coach's way, absolutely. I mean, some starters, like you saw some starters play in second preseason game where the Jaguars didn't play anyone. Caleb Williams for Chicago was announced today. He's not going to play on Thursday, I believe, in their finale. Yet, apparently, Trevor's going to play close to a half. So it goes to the coaching philosophy, but apparently Raheem Morris in Atlanta says, we're good. I mean, keep in mind, Matt Judon and Justin Simmons have not played on that defense. They just signed them like a week and a half ago. So I guess their first snaps in a Falcon uniform are going to be Sunday, September 8th.
Kirk's out. I wouldn't play Etienne or Ingram on the offense. I wouldn't play Foye or Armstead, and maybe Tyson Campbell on the defense. How about you?
I wouldn't play a lot of guys. Truthfully, I want to play the starting 5 offensive line.
No doubt about that.
But do I necessarily need to see Trevor behind that starting 5? Probably not. If it's Mac Jones, I'm okay with that. But Doug Peterson said it's going to be Trevor. But I do want to see Robinson, Cleveland, Morse, Sheriff, and Harrison.
And I want to see Tank behind them.
Yeah, right. And I want them to get as much work as possible because they have not been a cohesive unit, the starting unit, really the entire camp. And I want to see quite a bit of that on Friday night.
All right, what's coming up tonight?
My Jaguar one-on-one today, Austin Trammell, who led the team in receiving yardage on Saturday. Really interesting interview. Keep in mind, he played for the Rams the last 2 years with Matt Stafford. I'm going to do a little compare and contrast, Stafford versus Trevor Lawrence, 2 former number 1 picks. Austin Trammell's a guy I'm rooting for. I think potentially the practice squad could be in his future. So we'll do some Jaguar talk, and then we're going to head over to Tallahassee. Jeff Colhane, play-by-play voice of Florida State, will join me to preview the Seminole season, including the opener coming up now 4 days away against Georgia Tech.
Yeah, I'm going to talk a lot about that tomorrow. Georgia Tech loaded on offense. They do give up yards, no doubt about it, on defense. We'll new defensive coordinator who came over from Duke there at Georgia Tech, but we draw one day closer to that as well. All right, have a lot of fun.
Thanks, Rick.
That's going to do it for us. Appreciate it. Great stuff tonight on the text line, as is the case every night here. Always appreciate it. I will remind you, I don't check the text line now that the show is over, okay? But you can always get me on Twitter. That is Ballou1010XL. Tomorrow night, 4 to 6, over at Jaguars practice. We'll give you the very latest there. For JJ LaSelva, my name is Rick Ballou. Keep it right here. Hacker After Dark is coming up.